listening to The Bo's Nose, a podcast about QI Roberts Junior Senior High School in Putnam County, Florida. And I'm your host, Mr. Bose. Today, I have guests in the studio with me to talk about Beta Club. Thank you all for joining me today. Please introduce yourselves to our listeners.
Hey everyone, I'm Gavin Miles at QI Roberts, our Beta Club chapter. I am the incumbent vice president for this year. Been in Beta Club since about 5th grade, and I'm going to try for president this year.
Hi guys, my name is Riley. I was last year's historian and hoping to still be historian, and I am running for our president in the Junior Beta Club. I started last year, so I've only been doing this for 2 years.
My name is Andrew Walwick, and I am the incumbent secretary for Beta Club, and I'm going to run for the president, and this is my 2nd year in Beta Club.
My name is Lillian Buckles, and this is my 2nd year in Beta Club.
Wonderful. Thank you all for being here with me today. Seems like the presidential race is quite contested.
For sure.
So the first question I have for all of you is, what is your favorite QI story or tradition?
QI story or tradition?
Story, could you elaborate?
Like whatever funny thing that's happened that you like to tell your friends about, or like someone getting run over by the gator, or like stories like that, or traditions.
Okay.
So I personally loved whenever the seniors went and trashed the entire school, and you just kept running around and finding new things that they had done with tripwires, and it was just really cool to see that and hilarious.
So next question I have is, if you could time travel, when would you go and why?
Ooh. Like in the past or the future?
Past or the future, doesn't matter. You just have to have a why.
I would definitely go to the 1950s, because for me, I think it's so wholesome. You just walk around, everything was so cheap, and you could just walk around without getting mugged or anything, and I just think the world was so wholesome then, so I would love to see what it was like then.
I don't know. The past kind of sucks. I don't want to end up going to the past. I mean, life expectancy of 35 years old or whatever. I think I'll go to the future, Not too incredibly far into the future that everything is super foreign, nobody speaks English anymore, but enough into the future that, there's all this new cool technology and everything. I think that would be really interesting. Maybe 100 years or 200 years.
I would have to say the 80s, because I love just the setting of it. One of my favorite shows are Stranger Things, and just the setting of it and the music is just, I don't know, I just love it.
I'd go back to the 1970s because music was awesome back then, and it's based on the timeline of my favorite book, so I would definitely go back to 1970s.
Oh, y'all want to go to the past? I guess my opinion was unpopular.
Alrighty, last question before we get into talking about the Beta Club is, quality, integrity, respect, which one and why?
I think, obviously, all of those things are super important. All of our ideals that we have at QI Roberts, and mutual accountability, too. But I think the most important of those is integrity. With integrity, everything else kind of falls in place, Quality and respect. It comes with integrity. It's part of it.
So for me, I think respect, because whenever you respect somebody, you get to know them, and through my life and through people that I know, they would not make it to where they are without friends that they know, either helping them or getting them higher up in a job. And having respect for somebody is how you build relationships, and you bond with that person, and you get to study. And so I think respect is very important.
I agree with respect, and respect can take you long ways, respecting your teachers and just making life so much easier for you.
I agree with respect, because if you respect your teachers, you get to learn more and stuff. Once you get to know them, it's awesome.
Very good. So let's dive in and talk about Beta Club specifically. So first off, tell us what Beta Club is and what it represents.
I'll get on that. So Beta Club is, we have a couple different things that we do, but mostly it's about being stewards of our community and doing community service. And it's about academics as well, and just trying to be the best students that we can. So on the academic side, like we have academic competitions and stuff that we do here at Beta Club, but the thing that we spend the most time doing really is just helping out our community. So that means, fundraising to help out with stuff and charities, and then going and we go to the kindergartens, and then we do fun stuff for the kindergartens around here. We do all sorts of community stuff, and our members get a whole lot of experience and leadership there. Leadership is another big important thing for Beta Club. So leading by serving others, that's our motto.
Very good. So you all kind of talked about the positions that you were in and the ones you're hoping to run for. So can you talk more about what opportunities exist for students within your organization, both, as formal leadership roles, but also, just in general, what opportunities exist for students?
So a big thing that Beta Club does is not only officers, but you're big on leadership. So you build those leadership skills to go out into the world and be a leader. And whenever you do that, you look after people. You start getting a lot of responsibility. You manage a bunch of tasks at one time, and you really just build those good characteristics to help you in the real world.
Yeah, and building on the whole idea that our club is a whole lot about leadership, I think our club gives our members so many opportunities to become great leaders. And one of those is definitely with officer positions. And we have a lot of mobility with that. So if you put in the work and we see that and you're putting in the effort, you'll definitely become an officer. You can definitely rise up in the officer roles and really become a great leader in our club. And just a lot of leadership opportunities there. It's great.
Next question is, why did each of you choose to join Beta Club?
Well, I've been in Beta Club, as I said, many years. I joined at Peniel back in, right when I went into middle school. I joined Junior Beta. And, it was about the community there because a lot of my friends were in Beta Club. But then I just grew to love Beta Club because of, it is about the community of the Beta Club itself and being friends with everyone in the club and, participating in all these fun community service events and stuff together. But it's just an amazing opportunity to build up these community service hours. I think over half of my hours are in Beta Club, actually. And I'm going on maybe 130 now, hoping for at least 200, maybe 250 when I graduate. And a lot of that is from Beta Club. It's really a great opportunity to, serve your community. We do fun things too. At the end of the year, we usually go on a trip to Disney or Universal Studios or something, just a group experience for all of our members. The community is really just amazing. It's the community for me.
I choose Beta because I thought it just looked good on my resume. The first time I just heard it, I was like, oh, I'll just do it just because of that. But then when I realized all the people that I met are just making this so much better and a great experience, and the activities and events that we do is just I just love doing them with these people and the fun things that we get to do together, and it just makes great memories and just a great way to have these life skills.
Yeah, and the reason I joined Beta Club first is one of our sayings is the tassel is worth the hassle. So whenever you graduate, you get a tassel on your hat. And just to build your resume, showing that you have been dedicated to Beta Club throughout 12th grade. But then also, whenever I joined, I've been helping with the Palaca High School musicals for 4 years now and had over 300 hours under my belt. And since I wasn't in the 9th grade yet, Beta Club did recognize those hours. And even though that you can't use them towards your high school record, Beta Club still gives you awards and stuff. So if you do like doing community service before you're in 9th grade, they recognize that, and also to build your resume further.
In the beginning, my friends wanted me to join Beta, and I was really unsure about it until I actually joined, and I've had such a good time. I've earned a bunch of community service hours, and I've just overall had an awesome time.
And you were saying about how Beta Club recognizes community service hours even before high school. And I think one reason they do that, and just a huge part of Beta Club, is it helps our younger students become great leaders and build all of these great qualities. A lot of clubs might target, high school, but Beta Club is really open to younger grades as well. And at other schools that go to elementary and junior, whatnot, I mean, Beta Club has elementary through, it goes all the way like first grade through 12th grade. So it's definitely a great opportunity for people of all grades, and especially our younger students, to build up those qualities.
Very good. So some of you kind of talked about some of the things that you do, but give you another chance to talk about a couple different things. What is your favorite part about being in Beta Club?
One of my favorite things is, for example, last December we went to Kelly Smith Elementary and we did a Meet the Santa for the kindergartners, and we did face painting and we handed out little treats. And just getting and wearing your Beta shirt and showing off Beta Club and seeing the smiles on the kindergartners' faces. And not only that, but while you're getting to see those smiles, you're building your community service, you're building your resume. So you get to see a lot of gratitude from it while building up that resume.
Yeah, and, there's a lot of other fun stuff that we do that I totally love participating in. We do the teacher cookout every single year. Beta Club does that, and we try and do a little barbecue thing for all of our staff here at QI Roberts, just a thing to appreciate them. We do a lot of different stuff. We do the Dr. Seuss week usually. We run the door contest at this school usually. And we try and help out our community. But I agree with Andrew. I think the most fun that I have is going to these other schools around here in Putnam County, these the kindergartners and whatnot, and just doing these fun things for them, like at Christmas when we have Santa come and we give them their stockings and all that, and at Easter when we have games set up for them and whatnot. It's just so fun to do all of that for them and to watch them have fun,
That's great. Well, y'all kind of took the next couple of questions that I had and answered it all in one go, which is totally fine. But I'll give you a chance. Is there anything else that Beta Club is known for in terms of events that you do that you want to call any special attention to?
Another thing is, the sponsor of our Beta Club chapter here at QI Roberts is our media specialist and librarian, Miss Jay Traxler. And so another thing we like to do at Beta Club is promote literacy in many different ways. Last year, I remember we were collecting books to donate to students in need who wanted study materials, specifically people who were trying to learn English. And so promoting literacy and studiousness there. And we also do the Literacy Week here at QI Roberts, where we try and encourage our students to read some more, even if it's not part of their academics or their classes here, that just teaching them that reading is just an important skill that really pays dividends later in life.
Yeah, so Beta Club is with the organizations Feed the Need and Take Stock in Children. So one of those organizations are focused on kids below the poverty line, giving them food, scholarships, education, and Beta Club takes that very seriously with helping those people. So they recognize the school Beta Club, and we get donations, and we just build up our name of Beta Club by helping those organizations.
Yeah.
Those are all wonderful things. So, if students want to learn more about your organization and join, or if any of our listeners are out in the community and want to support what they do, who should they contact and how can they get a hold of them?
Miss Traxler, because she knows a lot about the Beta Club. She's been doing it for, I think, since QI started. And you can always come to us officers that were here last year or before that, and we're always willing to tell you what information you would like to know or what you need to know to join.
Yeah, I would like to emphasize that as well. All of our officers are knowledgeable about Beta Club and can tell you all about Beta Club. So if you have any questions, you can talk to any of our club members and officers, but also Miss Traxler our media specialist and librarian. In the media center anytime. She's who you would want to speak to, or you can speak in person or over email. jtraxler at myputnamschools.org. .org. But for our induction ceremony isn't for, I think, about another month or so. We might do it. So there's still time, certainly, to sign up for Beta Club. We still have a lot of people signing up. Just the other day, I think we got signatures from about 29 middle schoolers and 8
seniors.
8 seniors, or not seniors, but upperclassmen. So, so we're still doing inductions and whatnot. So
That's awesome. So when does Beta Club meet? I know every club on campus kind of has a specific day. When does Beta Club meet?
So we usually meet on Thursdays, and officer meetings are on Wednesdays. But that can be flexible depending on what kind of stuff we have going on.
But our beta meetings, like for all of the members, it's every other Thursday. It won't be every Thursday because some people aren't always able to come to every single meeting. So it's just trying to make it easier for us and just more flexible.
And y'all had one just this week, right?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday.
All right, so every other Thursday, and listeners, depending on when this podcast comes out, that would be starting on the 17th of August. Every other Thursday. Just keep an ear out for announcements. I'm sure they will make an announcement about when the meeting is.
For sure.
So before we wrap, is there anything else the four of you wanted to share about Beta Club?
I just wanted to add that if you are not involved in QI and you're still listening to this podcast, you can go to betaclub.org or you can go to putnamschools.org. You'll see information about Beta. You'll see achievements. Like just recently, QI Roberts just got an award of the National Beta Club School of Distinction. And one of the main reasons why we got that is because our Beta Club grew by 10% since last year. And all of the achievements like Feed the Need, Take Stock in Children. So definitely look at those two websites to see achievements and information about Beta Club.
And another thing to emphasize and just talk about the achievements of and the prestige of our Beta Club and how, hard our members try to be great stewards of our community. And just to do the best they can academically is in our competitions. Our club is pretty well established. We've even won at the national level. So these Beta Club competitions for all sorts of things. In the high school division, there's not just there's a ton of different academics, but then there's also all these different arts and all sorts of things, literature competitions. And that is in almost every single state. It's in all of the continental United States, I believe. And and then there's the national competition. So we've even won at the national competition before in social studies, and we've won at the state competition a couple of different ways. And every year we have a lot of our members try. And even if you don't win, it's great experience and it's good fun. And if you do win, it looks amazing on any resume. It's a profound achievement for any student. So.
Wonderful. So that wraps up another episode of The Bows Knows. Gavin, Riley, Andrew, and Lillian, thank you for taking the time to sit down with me.
Thank you.
Of course. Thank you for the opportunity.
Listeners, if you like the podcast, subscribe on your favorite podcast player of choice so you don't miss out on future episodes. And please share with your friends. Until next time, excellence in all endeavors.